Thank you for tuning in to Sundays at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold. Hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend thus far. It has been getting a little chilly around here, and I hope that it stays that way, although it has been a little warm today. That being said, hope everyone is getting ready for the holiday seasons, and I hope that everyone is planning on giving back in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be just helping your neighbor out, like these fellas that I have sitting here next to me today. Again, on a more somber note, we've lost some people in our community, those that I know for sure that I've heard about in the media. I actually was headed to Dallas to hang out with my fiance, and this kind of gets me a little choked up, but I was going down the highway and I just saw that it was just this huge wreck, and there were so many cars that were involved, and it was miles and miles long. And I say we were headed down to Dallas probably around 6 in the evening. We came back and it was probably maybe 2 in the morning when we were back in the same spot, and there was still traffic. And that was the state trooper that lost his life while in the line of duty. It's a very, very sad thing. But today on my way to the studio, I saw a beautiful processional. I saw flags being drawn. I saw the firemen and the policemen and constables and everybody in solidarity on behalf of the state trooper that lost his life. So our hearts go out to his family, and also our hearts also go out to a child actually who was 15 years old, who was shot and killed by another child right here in Temple, Texas at Jackson Park. Of course, these are juveniles, so names haven't been released or anything like that. But it's a very, very sad thing. First of all, the kids should have been in school. And second of all, they should never, ever have access to a firearm, and let alone know how to fire it or use it. It's a sad thing to know that a child has lost his life due to a senseless act. So our hearts go out to that family as well. With that being said, I have some guests, and like I always tell you guys, I have the best guests in Central Texas that come on Sundays at the Square. These are people that are selfless in their acts and helping the community, helping those around them, and helping to just, better everyone as a whole. I love to see people passionate about their craft. Y'all know that I don't know much about anything but music. All things music. I love music. I'm a vocal coach and perform and all of those things. Those things are very, very important to me. But I love when I see someone who has a different type of skill or talent or gift, and they use that for good. And so without further ado, I would like to give a shout out to ABA's, the American Basketball Association's Central Texas NightHawks. All right, so NightHawks, tell me a little bit about yourselves. Tell me how you got started. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to let you first introduce yourselves, and then we'll go into what ABA is and the team and all that good stuff.
Coach Palmer.
All right.
Antoine Cheney, one of the team captains.
Jason Grant, the owner.
Awesome. All right, so my first question, I'm going to go with Coach P. So, Coach P, tell me, why coach?
Well, I played for years, and then, when you get older, the body shuts down, and, I have a passion for teaching. I love to teach kids. I like to teach young men and get them someplace where, get more out of them. And I think that's the greatest reward, is watching somebody else excel. And to see if you have a little hand in it, it's still gratifying to watch and see them grow.
Awesome. And let me see, Antoine, the team captain. What does it mean to be a team captain? Like, what's your role? What do you have to do?
Well, it means a lot to be put in that position. I know a lot of responsibility comes with that, which I like. My role is to implement the things that the owner and the coaches are needing or wanting. Making sure that the guys are ready when game time come around, making sure that the guys are doing what they need to do on and off the court and things like that. So that's everything in a nutshell.
Awesome. So when did you start playing basketball?
I began playing basketball at the age of 5. It was really my dad who introduced me to the game of basketball. And ever since then, I just fell in love with it. I remember my mom used to always tell me to make sure that I use basketball as an avenue. And that's what I've been doing. And by the grace of God, He's allowed me to use basketball to be able to travel the world and see some things that I never thought that I would be able to see. So.
Ooh, okay. Do tell. Where have you been? How have you traveled?
I've traveled. I've been to, of course, Vegas. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to Virginia. I've been to Washington. My first year at UMHB, which was my junior year, we went to the national championship. So, I was blessed to be able to see some things and meet some people there. So that was a good experience.
Awesome. So you use basketball as an avenue to be able to live out your dreams. Let me ask you this. What is the one key thing that you've learned from the game that you apply to your life?
You got to be mentally tough. You got to be tough mentally. You're going to face adversity on and off the court. Of course, any adversity on the court, if you're not mentally tough, you're going to break down and you won't be successful. But being mentally tough on the court can also carry over into life because you're going to have trials and tribulations that you have to go through. And if you just throw in a towel and you give up, then you'll never make it anywhere. But if you can stay mentally tough, and you allow God to be the forefront, then you can make it through anything.
I love it. Mentally tough. You can make it through anything. Okay, so team captain. Say you have a player who thinks they're the boss and they aren't really playing like a team. And they're not playing as a team, but they're just like wanting to be the star. As a team captain, how do you help to get that person together and to get them on track with playing as a team?
I think first, the most important thing, you approach different people different ways, depending on how he accepts constructive criticism and things like that. But to just really get him online is just to basically remind him of the common goal, of the team goal, and what we're trying to accomplish, and to remind him that the things that he's doing right there will prevent us from getting to that goal. So basically just keeping that in the forefront of his mind and letting him know that, hey, we're a team, and in order for us to be able to accomplish and do what we're trying to do, or what we set out to do, this is how things have to go.
Exactly. Okay, I love that. So my next question is going to be to the owner, Mr. Jason.
Yes.
All right. So tell me a little bit about yourself, first of all, and don't be afraid to use the mic because we aren't going to be able to hear you. There you go. So tell me a little bit about yourself, and tell me why you decided to own it. Don't give me no two sentence answer. Tell me a little bit, like, how did you even get into basketball?
Basketball has been a part of my life all my life. I used to eat, sleep, breathe basketball. Been playing basketball since I was like 4 years old. Joined the military, played for the military, played overseas.
Wait, you can play basketball for the military?
Yes.
What?
It's not full time.
I'm such a civilian.
It's not full time.
Really?
But yes, I played overseas.
That's cool.
When I was stationed in Germany, I played overseas there. Came back. I just retired in 2016, December. Coached AU basketball.
You just retired from the Army?
Yes.
Okay.
Just retired. I coached AU basketball team. Wasn't really into it, just because I love coaching, but the fees, it wasn't. It was more like politics, and I couldn't give what I really wanted to give to the kids.
Right. Because
it was just, in my opinion, was too overpriced. So I was able to find a way to really give back to the community and kids through owning a team. With the help of Coach P and players like Antoine, there's a system now where we can give back. Like right now, we have a youth team, plus we have a mentorship program that we're doing. So we're giving more back than
taking from. Because the AAU teams, they have these fees to even play on the team?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And so are they mainly paying for the name, or is it like
travel?
It's like travel.
It helps to cover those things.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's like now with like our guys, we have contracts for them where we have set of rules and things of that nature. But now with our youth, we can give the youth one-on-one time where he's a point guard. So if we have a youth point guard, he can get that one-on-one time with, where other AAU teams can't give that.
Right.
These are semi-pro professionals, so we can give that like no other AAU teams can.
Yes. So let me ask you this. With ABA, because a lot of people, they know about NBA, and they know like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes.
I like those guys. But that's what you think about when you think about basketball. A lot of people don't know about ABA. Shed some light on the American Basketball Association. Coach P's like, in here. I got this.
But the ABA was founded in the 70s, and they had players such as Dr. J, they had George Gervin, San Antonio Spurs, Indiana Pacers. They were all from the ABA, and then they merged with the ABA in 1976. ABA kind of went out, and then with Joe Newman as the president, they have rebounded back up in the 2000s, and now they are back on board. And it's a great program, great basketball. Matter of fact, the three-point line was never in the NBA. It was actually taken from the ABA. The ABA has different style of basketball. We have what we call the 3D. So if you steal the ball before half court, you get an additional point. Whether you make a 3 or a 2, you would get a 3 or a 4. It's a different brand. It's more of an up-tempo brand of basketball, but the ABA is there for the community. The ABA is out there to get out there and help the community, help out, the unfortunate, the needy. It's not just basketball. It's Joe Newman has a great vision, along with his staff. Adam is the president of this area, and they have a great vision in what they're trying to do with the ABA. That is a professional organization.
Awesome. Okay, so American Basketball Association. We have the Central Texas NightHawks. How new is the NightHawks?
This is the first year.
Okay, so first year. And so what have you guys done in the first year? I know you mentioned the mentorship program. Tell me a little bit about some of the things you've done in the community.
The mentorship program is a coaching program. We have a coaching mentorship program. And we have 2 kids that are one is actually in his teens, and one is 23, and they are coaches who want to coach. They want to coach eventually into high school, college, and of course everybody's idea is to go professional. But
right.
We are coaching them to become future coaches of tomorrow. They sit with us and they help us. They keep stats. They learn the game from a coaching perspective, other than just playing the game per se.
Awesome.
But the community service, I'll let Jason speak on the community service side of it.
Okay. And before you get started, if you're just tuning in, you are tuned in to Sundays at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold, and I'm sitting down with the Central Texas NightHawks. We're talking about the team, the community endeavors, and how you can win free tickets to the game. I want you to sit right there. Do not touch that dial. We will be right back.